Om. 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 Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam. Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om everybody and welcome to today's session. We know if you're all set, let's go ahead with our today's session.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. We saw an individual who had withdrawn completely from the external world. And as Gurudev says, he had learned to enter at will in the inner realms and live in it as one's own self. That man of realization, he attains a greater peace. So as beautifully Gurudev says, where he has learned to enter at will and court and live in it, beautiful thing. He is the one who has come to know Brahman. So who has completely withdrawn within at will, at his own command, because out of his meditation practice over lives, sadhana. So when he had reached that state, what kind of bliss he attains? We saw in the previous Shloka, in 24th verse, that he is antararamaha, antarjyotihi, antassukaha, he is happy within, and antararamaha is rejoicing in his own self, and tatha antarjyotirevayaha is always illumined within. Such a great man of realization, Brahma Nirvanam abhitaha abhigacchati, adhigacchati. So Brahma Bhuta's son, he the knower of Brahman becomes Brahman. He becomes Brahman. Then Brahma Nirvanam, so Brahma Bhutaha, so yogi, Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Bhuta's son, adhigacchati. He becomes Brahma Bhutaha and then he attains that bliss, Brahma Nirvanam adhigacchati. So that state is spoken about. Now in 25th verse, Bhagavan Krishna says, Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rushaya Kshina Kalmashaha Chinnadvaidha Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha Labhante Brahma Nirvanam. So we'll repeat once again. Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Rushaya Kshina Kalmashaha Chinnadvaidha Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. So Bhagavan Krishna says that man of realization, meaning that man of completely one who had withdrawn from the external world. And remember, by his own command, the great Mahatmas have practiced sadhana meditation like that by their command, by giving a command to the mind just rolls back and settles in his own self. By a command. In normal cases, what happens? In the case of an unwise man, the more commands he gives, the more mind runs towards the outer objects. It challenges. Mind challenges. So he has command over his own mind. So therefore, labhante, that rushayaha, rishis, they get completely, labhante brahma nirvanam labhante. They becomes totally, they rediscovered an identity in themselves as a pure consciousness. So their identity is completely changed now. They identified with Brahman. And that is absolute freedom. Freedom from all matter vestures. So they are enjoying that blissful state. Who are they? Who are they? See, Bhagavan Krishna says, Kshina Kalmashaha Chinnadvaidaha Yatatmanaha Sarvabhuta Hite Rataha. Those of these people, these characteristics of the great Rishi who has attained that Brahman. So what are his characteristics? First one, he says, Kshina Kalmashaha. Kshina Kalmashaha. All their sins are dispelled. See, over a time, in all of us, we have been accumulating sins, vasanas. And for everything, we have to pay. We have to pay for everything. And that is a tragedy. Because we can't escape. We can't escape. So sin is a reaction, sin is a guilt precipitated in our heart. And they are the actually big blocks in our meditation. They are the blocks. They obstruct the progress. By the grace of the Guru, by your own tapasya, and also by following the path of Karma Yoga, doing our duties sincerely, surrendering everything unto the Lord, and slowly developing the life of purity, and getting rid of ragadvesha, and slowly surrendering our ego at the altar of Lord, and thus slowly recognizing that the real doer in me is Ishvara alone. And thus slowly and steadily, very slowly, the ego starts melting. The doership goes away. When the doership totally goes away, no new karmas, sins are accumulated. And whatever the past starts getting exhausted and they go away, they come and dance and they get exhausted and they go away. And slowly and steadily our heart, mind and intellect becomes purer and purer, crystal clear. They become luminous, shining, Jyotanat Devaha. Like that, the gods are so shining. Similarly, your mind also becomes shining, luminous. And it is our birthright to achieve the Brahman. So those whose sins have all dispelled. Clear. First one. Second one is Chinnadvaidaha, those whose doubts have been removed, cut asunder. Chinnadvaidaha. Dvaida means what? Dualities. Vividha. Dvaidaha. All the dualities are cut asunder. Me and mine, you and yours. That is disorder, they are slowly gone away. And then this consciousness of the seeker starts living at the totality level. He does his own work. But that work is, everything is aimed with Yajna Bhava. As a chain effect, it is actually every work that he does or she does, he or she does, that as a chain effect, as a wave effect, it is actually blessing the whole world. That's a mysterious fact it is, that because that consciousness is uplifted and a new understanding was dawned, so small work, whatever work is allotted duties you do, but they create a tremendous wave effect on people, on the world. Why? I am actually rising above dualities. So I don't see any difference between me and the Jagat, between me and the totality. So it is not different from me. No being is different from me. And wherever there is duality, atatatra bhayam bhavati, where the fear is born. Chinnadvaidaha. So all dualities are cut asunder. Chinnadvaidaha. Beautiful. Then third one is what? Yatatmanaha. This word we come across many times. Yatatmana means what? One who has self-controlled. Because you see, all sins have been dispelled. So then there is no question of, because sin is committed only in the world of, in the realm of, in the plane of duality. I harm someone. I create pain to someone, thinking that he or she is other than me. So sin is accumulated only in the realm of duality. So when dual Dvanda Buddhi, the Dvaita Buddhi has gone away, and no doubts, no duality, when the sins are destroyed, no doubts are left, and all dualities are ended, then what happens? It becomes easy for me to control, because there is nothing to control. Mind doesn't go out. So I become yatatma. Yatatma means one who is self-controlled. My mind is not prompting me to go out and enjoy the worldly objects. I may have made mistakes in the past, but now I know that these mistakes are made in ignorance, state of ignorance, under the compulsion of vasanas. Now they're all got exhausted. Now my mind is relatively free. Whatever has happened, happened. Now I'm surrendering it. So, and then I'm come past that long past. Now I could have sins are dispelled. I could have gone beyond dualities. All dualities are removed from me. And then I became naturally yatatma. Yatatma means one whose mind and intellect, indriyas are controlled. Think. Not suppressed. Naturally, they don't go out. They are very quite happy in their own places. Like my mind our mind doesn't become emotional or get excitement when I go into the world of toys. So no intellectual reaction, no mental reaction, no sense organ doesn't go out, embracing them, wanting them, getting excited by them. No. Why? I knew they're all toys. So naturally they don't go out. Similarly, for a man of realization who has achieved a higher degree of understanding and then established himself in the thought of Brahman, in realizing the Brahman, naturally his sense organs, mind and everything becomes quiet and calm. Why? Because they're all illusory world. It's all appearance only, not real. It has not got its own satta. Independent satta is not having. It can't exist on its own. They're all transient, moving, changing. As Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, pratikshana vidvam samanam. Every moment it is vidvam samanam. The last one is what? So yatatmanaha, naturally settled. Sarvabhuta hiterataha. And he what? He is actually, he works for welfare of all beings. He is happy in serving the world. Hita means good. Rata means the one who revels in doing good or in the welfare of all beings, or one who is one who dedicates himself for the welfare of all beings, he or she. Be it plant, animal or human, or the nature. The more we spiritually advance ourselves and more we realize our consciousness and more we realize our connection with the totality, we realize that the entire Prakriti is nothing but it is not insentient matter, it is actually full of life. It's a being. This is the truth actually. Nadi Devata, Vana Devata. If you read Ramayana or Puranas, we read, because of impurity, those things are not happening. But the Nadi Devatas would manifest and talk and guide and would go back. Vana Devatas are there. Parvat Rajas are there. They're all the consciousness conditioned by that particular thing. And that each one is really has its own function to play. Yes. So everything is Brahmamayam. So, and everything is me alone. When everything is me, and when I understand, I don't hurt anyone, I don't harm anyone, both are same, hurt or harm. Anyway, harm and hurt are I mean, all included. I don't cheat. I don't do anything for them. So, and I work for the welfare of all beings. See? So these are the characteristics of a man of realization, whose sins are dispelled, khiyana kalmashaha, and all dvaidaha, uncertainties, dualities, all this is crossed, self-controlled, and revels in the welfare of all beings. Such a great Mahatma is actually Labhante Brahma Nirvanam. Such rishis, Rushayaha Mantra Drashtaraha, such rishis. The great rishis are there, Anasuya, the women, Gargi, Arundhati, Maharati rishis there are. Lopamudra Devi, all the wives of the great rishis were great rishis, great Brahmavadinis. Although whatever say men or women, but in the past we find great beings, highly advanced, illumined souls. They all actually one agenda for them was what? Welfare of earth. Welfare of all beings on earth. Moreover, apart from that, Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Yatinam Yatachetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam Kama Krodha Viyuktanam Yatinam Yatachetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. Moreover, iske alawa, what is that now? See, and Abhitaha Brahma Nirvanam, Viditatmanam Brahma Nirvanam Abhitaha Vartate. Beautiful thing. On all sides, Abhitaha, on all sides. Abhitaha. For whom? That Brahma Nirvanam, Viditatmanam, those who have realized this. Viditatmanam, those who have realized their own self. Vidita Atmanam, those who have awakened to their own essential nature, who really they are. For them, Abhitaha Brahma Nirvanam Vartate. On all sides, that state of Brahman is available for them. Bliss of Brahman. Abhitaha Brahma Nirvanam Vartate. That state of absolute freedom. They don't have to go anywhere. Like, the water available on all sides, Geeta give examples. You don't have to go anywhere. Like that, for a great man of realization, this Brahman is available everywhere. Within and without and everywhere. Meaning, whatever they see, smell, taste, touch in Vyavahar. Everything is Brahman alone. That state of realization. For whom? Kamakrodha Viyuktanam Yatinam Yatachetasam. Three things are more pointed out here. In the previous Shloka, Kshina Kalmashaha, Chinnadvaitaha, Yatatmanam, then Sarabhuta Iterataha was told. Four things. In this, Kamakrodha Viyuktanam, those who are absolutely freed from Kama and Krodha, desire and anger. Logically speaking, if you really analyze, every desire is a result of understanding that we lack something. So I plus some object or something else, X, makes me full. If I have a new mobile phone, I'll be happy. New house, I'll be happy. So desire actually is born out of avidya, kama, karma. Why? Desire is actually to make myself full. I am now not full. There's a lacuno in me. To fulfill that, to fill that, I need something from outside. I feel, so if I bring that, I'll be happy. That is desire. Now I'm not happy. If I eat that, I'll be happy. If I think about it, I'll be happy. If I see that, I'll be happy. It's a feeling. Why? Because of avidya. What is avidya? I am myself is Ananda Swarup. I don't need anything external to make myself happy. In fact, that is the truth. Anyway, but it's a so I don't know that fact. So I run after the many desires I generate. And every generate, because why many desires? Because one desire is not making me eternally happy. One desire is fulfilled. I need to generate another desire to make myself happy again and again, to maintain that happy state. So I need to continuously put one after one desires into it, fulfill it, fulfill. Like, yajna karma, keep on putting that fuel inside, ghee inside, the fire is lit and maintained. Similarly, I want to be happy, so I think continuously I must be happy. Mean how? Continuously I must fulfill my desires. So it's a constant struggle. And because of that, most desires are not fulfilled. And Admi gets into mode of anger, either towards himself or towards others, towards obstacles which are there in between him and fulfilling his desire. So these two are Shatrus, Kama and Krodha. And Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, they're all because of Kama, Krodha only. If Kama is not there, no Lobha, no Moha, no Mada, no Matsarya. Think about it. No delusion, no pride, no jealousy, no greed. Because of Kama, everything is happening. And mostly Kama's desires are not fulfilled. Always we are angry with someone, with something or the other. So Kama, Krodha, Viyuktanam, who are freed from Kama and Krodha. Yatinam, and those who have controlled their thoughts at mental level. Yatachetasam means, Yatachetasam, those who have controlled their minds, Yatachetasam. Yatinam, Yati means one who is a sannyasi. One who is given up internally, kartritva bhava given up. Yatinam, Yatachetasam, Yatinam. Those whose minds are brought fully under control, not even thought goes out, unnecessary. They are quite contented. You know, the great yogis, Mahayogis, realized men, they have achieved such a mastery over the mind that only during the Vyavahara Kala or at the time of transaction with the world outside. At the time of transacting with the world outside. To do the transaction, mind is necessary. So at the time of transaction, like a doctor, a surgeon or anyone, doctor, at the time of examining the patient, he wears the gloves. Operation he does. Certain medical procedures, yes, they have to wear the gloves, so they wear the gloves. When the procedure is completed, they remove the gloves. Think. Right. Similarly, at the time of the transaction with the world outside, Vyaparakala, Vyavaharakala, the mind manifests temporarily, and after that particular transaction ends, the mind goes back and becomes still. There is no mind. Our next transaction maybe after 15 seconds, at that time it proposed, it comes out. And it does. And then it rests in its own state. That is called Yata Chetasa. They are not suppressing it. Like coolly, I wear a gloves, do the job, remove the gloves. So for them, Vartate means it exists. What exists? State of realization exists. For whom? For such great men of realization. So Kamakrodha Vyuktanam Yatinam Yata Chetasam Abhito Brahma Nirvanam Vartate Viditatmanam. Okay. Now, 27th and 28th are introductory slokas to 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita called Dhyana Yoga. And they are to be read together. So, I think I'll stop here for today. The next class, I will complete these 3 verses. So next Saturday, we will be concluding 5th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Today I took very short class, maybe around half an hour or so. So far, Bhagavan Krishna explained to us the state of realization. Who are those great yogis or realized men? Experience that Brahman state. And to achieve every state, Rakshina Kalmashaha, to remove all the sins, to control the mind, and to love and revel in service of the beings naturally and spontaneously. It takes long time of effort of understanding, unfoldment of our consciousness. And it's a progress. Only after reaching certain mark in our evolution, we'll be able to enter into meditation. So that we know what jhana swarupam is. And mind has been sufficiently trained, sufficiently withdrawn from the outer world. And that mind which has been collected, then I can direct the mind towards Brahman. It takes time. But like baby steps, slowly and steadily, we must put forth our efforts to realize that. So, dhyanam is very important, nididhyasana. That's very important. So, how it's all exhaustively told in 6th chapter. So, in 27 and 28, these two verses is laying foundation. And in 29th verse, the phalam of dhyana phalam is told about it. The ultimate, the result of dhyana. And what are we aspiring for? This we will see next Saturday. Today I'll conclude here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you all. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, everybody, for joining today's class. And we'll welcome you next Saturday, same time, 10 o'clock sharp. As Swamiji mentioned, we'll be completing chapter 5. So please do join us tomorrow. Those who are attending Vedanta study class, tomorrow we have at 10 o'clock sharp. We'll meet again. Thank you so much. Hari Om, everybody. We can close the session now.